The octopod, calm, restful, still as a sea star. No one would have suspected a storm would have blown through a while ago, nor that it had a large group of manatees in the launch bay. After the slow, docile creatures had swam away, the Octonauts and the Vegemals started to clean up the leftover seagrass. It didn't take too long before the group had gone to relax. Unfortunately, it was very difficult for Barnacles to relax at the moment. When he had gotten home after the ordeal, he had wanted to help with the cleanup. However, since Peso was able to get a better look at him, he had stern orders. Meet me in the sick bay, immediately. Even the captain wouldn't question a command like that from their medic. Never mind the fact Peso was only in his early 20s, while he was nearly 30. As he sat down on the medical bed, everything hit him at once. The bruise from the clam on his paw, the ache in his arms and legs from the escape and swim, and the jellyfish sting on his neck. But he couldn't ask his team for help during the ordeal. The manatees came first. A measure of relief came when the sound of webbed feet rushed into the sick bay. Clutching a bottle of vinegar in his flipper, Peso gently let some drops fall onto Barnacles' jellyfish sting on his neck. A tangy smell hung in the air, but the swelling was already starting to fade away. "Thank you, Peso," he said quietly. Peso didn't reply immediately, setting his treatment down. He ran a few more health checks, looking over at the bruises, thankfully minor and would heal on their own, and then he listened to Barnacles breathing on the stethoscope. Breathing. The very thought made Peso pause. I ran out of air. Had Barnacles not been a polar bear, or some other animal that could hold their breath as long as that. "Captain Barnacles, listen closely," Peso said sternly. "What you did today was very dangerous." Peso, stammered Barnacles. "Where did that come from?" "I was making sure that the manatees were okay." "You were not thinking about your own health," Peso insisted. "You were lucky that the jellyfish that stung you was not venomous, and that you found an air pocket in time. What if that last manatee was brought into the octopod with the others? You could have—" He tried not to cry. Barnacles went pale at that realization. Drowned. He had almost drowned today. If that had happened, his teammates would be without their captain, or without their friend. "Oh, Peso." He reached out his paw. "I'm so sorry for scaring you like that." Hesitantly, Peso extended his slipper back, letting the teardrops fall. Shakily, it dawned on Barnacles that this was Peso's biggest fear. Not Quasi's stories, not the Midnight Zone, but losing someone as a medic. This was more than just his job. He put his heart and soul into helping everyone feel better, including him. "I'm safe," he whispered. "You're taking good care of me, Peso. I promise I won't ever hide my injuries or illness from you ever again." The penguin smiled a little, wiping a tear away. "Thank you, Captain," he said weakly. But even after all was said and done, Peso couldn't be completely mad at Barnacles. He had put the manatees first, when they were unaware of what kind of danger they were in. And it wasn't just this time. Scaring off a wolf eel trying to eat Twinkle the sea star, making sure a jellyfish wouldn't get inside the octopod, stopping a snapping shrimp before it could knock Quasi out. All of these scenarios and more told the same story. Barnacles was protecting his crew and the creatures they swore to help. It was a different way of looking after others than his medical skills, but at their core, Peso realized he and Barnacles were more similar than he thought, and that was what made him a great captain. Smiling, Peso was finally able to stop crying as he straightened up. "The others will be coming to check on you soon," he said. "But one little tip. Next time the Gupti is needed and you're still healing from a jellyfish sting, ask Tweak to take it out." Barnacles chuckled. "All right, Peso. No promise." And with a wave of his slipper, Peso strolled out, leaving the captain to rest. At least until Quasi would come barging in. Barnacles chuckling at the very thought.